Okay, let's get into it. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a case that, well, it just vanished. Almost as fast as the person involved. Sneha, picture this. A rainy Wednesday evening, Mumbai, 2019. Sneha, she's 26, bright marketing exec, lives alone in Hawaii, leaves her office around 6:10 p.m., tells a colleague she needed to grab something, and then, well, that's where the story just stops. She was never seen again, and we mean like completely gone. No trace, no body found, zero answers. Just silence. So our mission here is to really try and piece together this disappearance and maybe explore what her story tells us about how we remember these cases or, why we forget them.
Yeah, and what's really striking and kind of unsettling about Sneha's case is how sudden it all was. She wasn't known for being like spontaneous or anything. Quite the opposite, actually. Very punctual, responsible, really close with her parents too. Her phone just switches off 6:43 p.m. that evening. Her parents couldn't reach her, obviously started worrying. Her roommate confirms, nope, she's not home. And the first information report, the FIR, that initial police complaint, it was filed the very next day.
Wow, okay. So the very next day, that's fast. It really shows how out of character this was for her, doesn't it?
Exactly. It underscores the immediate alarm. This wasn't someone who just dropped off the map.
Right. So that quick FIR suggests the police were on it pretty much immediately. But what did they actually find? I mean, did they have anything concrete to work with? It sounds like a tough one from the start.
It was incredibly tough. The digital footprint was just almost non-existent after a point. Her phone's last signal, its last ping, was near a construction site
Uh-huh.
out in Kanjamarg. And her last WhatsApp message, that was at 6:38 p.m., just 5 minutes before the phone went dark. It was a voice note, actually, to her best friend. Just said, I'll call you in 10.
I'll call you in 10. Just like that. A totally normal message.
Completely normal. And then nothing. No cab bookings found, no bank activity after that point. This kind of digital silence, it's an investigator's nightmare these days. They did question people, of course, friends, colleagues. And one detail that came up, which always raises eyebrows, was an ex-boyfriend. He apparently left India about 2 weeks after she disappeared.
Okay, wait. An ex leaves the country 2 weeks later. That sounds significant, or potentially significant anyway. Is that looked into properly?
Well, yes, he was questioned before he left. Standard procedure, really. He was definitely a person of interest. But ultimately, there wasn't enough evidence to legally stop him leaving or to definitively link him. It just became one of those loose ends.
Another dead end, basically, which seems to be a theme here.
It really does. And when you have so few facts, speculation just rushes in to fill the vacuum, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So what kinds of theories started floating around?
Oh, the usual spectrum in these situations. Some people feared she'd been trafficked, which is unfortunately a real issue. Others whispered about her maybe faking her own disappearance. There was talk of family pressure about marriage, but again, no actual proof. There was even this unconfirmed report from a street vendor. Said he saw a girl like her getting into a black SUV, but it never led anywhere solid.
A black SUV. Yeah, those kinds of sightings are often so hard to verify.
Exactly. So despite that initial urgency, the investigation eventually just stalled. The case officially went cold in 2021. And the media attention, you mentioned how fast she vanished. Well, the news cycle moved on even faster. It pretty much died down after only 2 weeks.
Just 2 weeks. That's incredibly short for someone completely disappearing.
It's stark, isn't it? A real reminder of how quickly stories can fade if there isn't constant development or perhaps a certain profile. And the family, her parents, they couldn't cope with the not knowing. They actually moved out of Mumbai in 2022. Just needed to get away from the constant reminder, I suppose.
That's heartbreaking. So, okay, wrapping this up.